So anyway, so we started mobilizing, and we started brainstorming, and I got in touch with some of the most fantastic volunteers, quality volunteers that in all my days working in nonprofit, you would just be dying for, right? I've got attorneys, I've got former producers from NBC, I've got PhDs, I've got people, and by the most common thing that I hear when someone joins Defense of Democracy is, thank God, I thought I was all alone. Thank God you're here, right? And they're like, okay, maybe I don't have a lot of money to give, but I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, what do you need me to do? And I'm like, if you're good at something, we will find a way to weaponize it into protecting our children and our country. So we have a trifecta in Defense of Democracy. We have 3 affiliate groups, because when we started, we decided, what are the things that are really getting hammered right now in this country? Well, family, spirituality, and patriotism. So we have 3 affiliate groups. One is Students Defending Democracy. These are young kids who are getting ready to speak out. They're just so determined not to let their civil rights get burned to the ground. So Students Defending Democracy, Faith Leaders Defending Democracy. And by the way, if anyone here knows a faith leader, I mean, these are all denominations to help speak out against that. And finally, Veterans Defending Democracy. Hugely active group. Our veterans they will do everything from like march out and speak out and make videos and talking about, why they're, what patriotism really is and who they are. And then, and they will sometimes go to school board meetings if someone's scared and literally stand beside them as a veteran while the person is talking. So this is a very, very powerful, mobilized and organized group. And it's not all me. I mean, this is because I delegate, because I can do that. That's my one gift. I can't do a lot of things, but I can look at somebody with a skill, and I can use that skill for the greater good of our community. So what are we doing here today? In Defense of Democracy, as a local group in Putnam County, we have to do a few things. One of the most important things is we need to let people know that we're here. Defense of Democracy is now a nationwide organization. We have chapters from California to Texas to Ohio to Oklahoma, don't even get me started, and all over. And people are starting to see the logo and recognizing that, like, this means business, right? That we are sort of unique in the way, because I've always wanted to start my own nonprofit where I could just say what I felt, right? Like, there wasn't a lot of spin doctors spinning around me saying, oh, you can't do that, that's too controversial, that's too this, that's too that. And I mean, I literally got up at a podium the other day, and I said, it was the protest in New York City, and I was like, Monster Liberty, F off. So anyway,
that one night was wild.
That was
a wild night.
That was wild. Yeah. And so anyway, that's what we need to do. And we have it. So we have it broken down. One of the things that we do at Defense of Democracy is we break it down into manageable components, so that anybody volunteering is volunteering 2 hours a week, at most. You are going to volunteer to attend school board meetings, again in the t-shirt, speak if you're comfortable. It's got a lot to do with mobilizing the community and get them comfortable going and being seen at these school board meetings and town board meetings or wherever, and again, letting the community know they're there, because I can guarantee you, if we've got 12, 15 people in this room, there is 50, 60 people out there not realizing that it's safe now to come out and be part of the resistance, because what Brooke experienced with the attack she had, a lot of people are not comfortable putting themselves in that spot. And one of the things that we have a few phrases at Defense of Democracy that we say, you know what, more good than bad. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe that there were more good than bad people in this country. So we need to mobilize the more fearless ones to encourage people to stand up and join together and become very much, Defense of Democracy becomes sort of a community. We help each other out. Advocacy is tough work. There's burnout, there's fatigue. So having kind of a group that you can connect to and work with is really important. And, what was I saying? Oh, okay, so the jobs. So we have everything from people who will help with research. We have a lot of roles that are not front-facing. So, because we're fully aware that you do not have to, that some people are afraid and should be afraid, especially if you're a teacher or a librarian, to speak out. So we have an awful lot of people who we use behind the scenes to do research, to help make phone calls. We provide you with an email address so that nobody uses their own email address, nobody uses their own phone number. We set it all up so that you can comfortably be an advocate. And of course, we have people who are just like, put me on a stage, I'm ready to say something about this. So that is important too. So we have, I'm trying to think of the roles. Gatekeeper, that's somebody who vets people who come to meetings like this and join the group and get involved. That's really important. Again, that's one of those back-facing roles. We have speakers. Obviously, you get up and speak. We have speech writers or writers who will help script speeches, so we have templates. We can use more speech writers if anybody likes to do that. We have graphic designers. Every piece of swag that I brought, and by the way, help yourself, it was designed by a donor. I have not paid $1 to have any of this stuff designed. And thank God, because we don't have it. We're getting there. God knows I need more staff. There's a single full-time staff person, that's me. 4 regional directors. We are all working amazingly hard to cover what needs to be done in the country. I don't mind them at all. So like 7 kids.
7 kids.
But it takes so it takes effort and it takes training. We give people a media training so you know how to deal with the media. We provide you with speeches. We have supporters. So supporters are really important too. That role is, if I am going to be a speaker and I'm getting comfortable public speaking, it's very hard, even if you're going to an unfriendly place, right? So if you're going, even at my school board meetings.
Why don't they get so can have
Yeah.
So I get nervous going up if it's not a friendly crowd. Like, it's very hard to get up in front of a panel of people. So what do we have? We have supporters who may say, listen, that's not for me, I can't get up and speak, but I'll sit next to you in a chair and I'll wear my t-shirt so they all know that I'm with you, right? So that's important too. So what the task that Defensive Democracy has for February is we are asking all of our chapters, and I hope that you all decide to join the public chapter, are going to mobilize their volunteers to select a date when they go to an upcoming school board meeting. That's what I'm trying to get out. So in other words, if there's like 12 people in this room and 12 school board meetings between now and the end of the year, what we are asking is at least for everybody to do 1 school board meeting. You do not have to speak. If there's nothing going on, it's just your presence in the t-shirt, literally. And because what we want to do is we want to get people to start getting to know the school board, get to know who the decision makers are, let them see your face. And you know what? You can go up and say something nice, right? Like, it doesn't always have to be dramatic. It can be like, listen, I went to a play the other day at such and so high school, and it was just so wonderfully done, and I love the teachers that put this on. Like, spread some good cheer, right? And give people kudos if they've done something right. So that is one of the things that we should probably try to do today, is to get some people to sign up to attend upcoming school board meetings. We should schedule our second meeting. We should get you all to take our orientation, which is automated, it's online, it's recorded. So there are several steps to take, but now I just want to open it up and ask if anybody has questions. That dog is awesome. Yes.
So it sounds to me that